Hey, welcome to the Alpha and the Omega podcast.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Uh, the Alpha and the Omega podcast, the podcast about spirituality or spiritual life, whatever you want to call it. My name is Auke Bruinsma, 44 years old. We're living in Breda together. I was born somewhere in the north, near Alkmaar, School. Moved a lot around when I was younger, but ended up here in the south. Since my 12th, studied here, and after my studies, during which I partied a lot, I started working for an energy company, and I've always been in the energy sector. Still love to go out and party. Also like sports. What else do I like? Cycling. Like to watch Formula One. Like to read. Like to watch documentaries. Always been, or not always, but started. I've been looking for a deeper purpose in life or spirituality and all those kind of things. Started when I was like 30 or something. Before that, I was always looking for the truth. Oh yeah, what's the truth? And looking at the news, and I saw all this fake news. I knew, something else is going on in the world, but that's another story. Or well, it's actually linked to spirituality, I think, but maybe we can get into that later. So I was looking for the truth, and then started looking into spirituality after my 30s. And always enjoyed life, and like a hedonistic lifestyle, I could say. Also searching, especially after my 30s, and we'll leave it at that for now. What's your story?
Oh, what's my story? My name is Lavena. I'm originally from Bulgaria. I moved to Holland 6.5 years ago, just before COVID hit.
Oh yeah.
Yes, exciting times.
Yeah, crazy times.
I'm born and raised in Bulgaria on the coast side, so always love being around the sea.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm 36 years old. I have electrical engineering background, working in energy field as well.
Yeah, so we both work at energy companies, but you as an engineer and I'm as a more commercial role of business development.
Yeah.
Would never thought I would end up with an engineer, but seems to work very well.
We got married. We're living
last year
in our dream house.
Yeah, near the forest, so that's beautiful.
Yes. Enjoying the life very much, and especially after finding Jesus together.
Yeah, let's get into that later maybe. First start with, maybe some of you came here through TikTok. I was posting there about what I experienced and some crazy things, and I shared that, and maybe you came here through that, or maybe not. But let's get into that later, or check my TikTok if you want. Who's this podcast for? It's for people that are into spirituality, I think, or looking for a deeper meaning. I think a lot of people do this now, because I remember if you're an atheist and you think the world is what it is and there's nothing else than what you see and you're gonna die and then it's black, then I don't think you're gonna like this, or it's not for you.
Wow.
If you are already I notice a lot of people now do believe there is something between, there's a world you can see, so a spiritual world, let's call it that. And for those people, I think this could be interesting, our experience and what we learn. And podcast about spirituality, and
and it won't
maybe the first one ever, no?
Oh well.
No, there's a million podcasts about spirituality.
And it won't be only us in this podcast.
Maybe we invite some guests, talk about stuff.
Or maybe one of you would like to join us and have some conversations about the spiritual world and what is going on now.
Yeah, we want to share our story. We think it's could help people find their way, and also have some fun during it.
For sure.
It's a bit awkward for us doing this now, but it's also it's fun. I think we did prepare it a little bit. So that's the podcast. What it's about for the people. Maybe talk a bit about my spiritual journey. Well, I was baptized as a kid, as a baby, Protestant. I never actually linked spirituality to religion or Christianity, but now I do. Now I see that's actually what spirituality is.
I think actually it was the same for me.
Yeah, I never linked it, right?
No.
It's actually interesting, but because I was baptized and I went to church as a kid, but when I could make my own decisions, my mother never said, "Oh, you have to go," so I stopped going because I thought it was boring. And stupid and old-fashioned, and people were believing in fairy tales. And I thought that for a long time, or it was not really on my mind. I was just living my life as a teenager. I was always rebellious. Like I said, I like to party and going out, so I kept doing that for a long time, a bit too long maybe. But well, I was always searching, or at some point I started searching and got into spirituality. And that was like, also it's a trend, I think, that spirituality is among us. It's yoga, meditation, and breathing exercises. It's now actually part of life, and very accessible and very easy to digest.
Very exciting as well.
Exciting.
Because it gives you the help, maybe for a moment, or
yeah. But so I got into that. So reading books about that, about ego and awareness, and your thoughts, and the power of now from Eckhart Tolle is a famous one. So how can you live in the now, and what are all these thoughts actually? Because that's also what I learned when I started meditating, and I learned from Buddhism. I think that you're a lot in your head, and when you think about the past, you usually think about things you don't like things that went shit, or a conversation with your manager, or with your parents, or with your spouse. Or in the future, you're like, oh, what I'm going to do next week, and how I'm going to do this, and how I'm going to make this presentation, or all those kinds of things. So actually worries.
True. All the time.
Yeah, so, and that's the nice thing, or it seemed to be the nice thing about living in the now. You can let go of that, and think that's what Buddhism is about a lot. About enlightenment, and letting go of everything, and don't want anything. So if you don't want anything, you never have the pain of not having it. It's an interesting worldview, and there's some truth in that, I think. But I think spirituality goes way deeper. We notice, but those kind of things, they are very. That's what I was into, and then I realized I had some encounter. Whether we get into that later, maybe another podcast, not now, but. Yeah, and then I saw, things are totally different than I expected. So that's very short, my spiritual journey. What about you?
But actually, why you decided to stay in this journey is because I just...
Well, I kept looking for the truth.
Yeah, you kept looking, but it gave you some sort of comfort when you discover Christianity.
Yeah, but let's talk about that later.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, about me. As I said, I'm coming from Bulgaria, and Bulgaria is a very religious country. I think maybe 80% of the population is Orthodox. Mm-hmm. So I got baptized when I was a kid, really like a baby. Mm-hmm. And during all my childhood, we've been following all the different traditions for celebrating Christmas Eve and many other.
The funny thing, you said it's not spirituality, or you thought it was not spirituality. It's also a lot about traditions, maybe.
It is actually.
And not really into the real spiritual.
Indeed. This is, I think, it's actually a problem nowadays, also in Bulgaria, because people are just doing it out of the tradition without realizing. Well, I'm just saying it for myself. I don't want to say it for the rest of the people as a statement. But without realizing what you're doing, why you're doing, what is the essence of doing the things. Mm-hmm. Did actually God ask you to do this thing in the way you are regularly doing every year? So and I think maybe I got a bit closer. Well, definitely got closer to to the religion and to the faith through my grandmother. With her, we used to go to church every Sunday for I don't know, for a year or two, something like that. Always was I think I was feeling a bit intimidated when we were going to church with all these people. You know, they are covering their the women are supposed to cover their head, and I was like, because a woman, they say that the pride of the woman is her hair, and whenever you're entering the church is the house of God, so you need to cover your pride, sort of. And I didn't really understand why it's so, but lately I understand it in my life. However, with my grandmother, we were praying. I learned, we were fasting, confessing the sins, which, it's also strange for someone who is before teenager age.
As a kid, you can't just really comprehend that.
No, not at all. No.
So it actually scares you away, and it draws you in.
But then I felt the push. Well, I have to do it. I need to learn. Anyway, so.
How did you go on?
And then, I had to focus on my studies. So actually, I drifted away because I was not understanding it. I never did this part of Bible studies. Maybe if I did actually something like that, it would have helped me in a way to be more passionate about faith. So with education, I drifted away. I always used to pray whenever I was having moments of hard moments, struggling, and also when in moments of gratitude towards God.
So you always thought there was a God, and
because this is how I was brought. There is God. God is always next to you, in you. And what else? Then I started university. Then I started working. Your life just go in different directions. So faith is it's not higher priority anymore. And move here, and here I actually moved to Holland, and here actually there were not so many Orthodox churches, or they were, but they were a bit far away, and I didn't make the effort. I was just, I can just stay at home and I can pray and I can.
But how often did you pray?
Not really. No, I wouldn't say often. Just as I said, when I was feeling the need. Well, no. Well,
I just ask you, it's not about that.
I wouldn't say every month once. I couldn't really say this, but every now and then when I felt the need.
Yeah, I just want to know.
Yes, and then suddenly you discover that actually there is more thing to discover in the spiritual world, like yoga. I've been doing yoga before, but not so consistently. I found that actually, I've been struggling a lot to live in the moment, as you were saying this, and I was most of the time in the future, in the past, and I was looking for help. How to demolish your ego, how to
demolish your ego.
because it's not good having it.
Well, you need the ego; it's a part of your life, but
not having a pride. I started discovering Kundalini yoga, cacao ceremonies, Reiki.
Oh yeah, cacao ceremonies also did that.
Reiki and.
You got all this Reiki. I didn't do it, but it's like energetic healing or something.
Indeed. Something which is supposed to set your energy frequency in the right direction, so you could feel better, but I didn't feel any difference afterwards. So I kept looking for other things, and
like many people, like I did, and I think a lot of people I know do this.
It's actually quite fascinating how easy is the access to this kind of.
It is actually, maybe your spiritual journey. Then you come to the next phase, but that's us together, I think. Then.
Yeah, indeed.
So let's.
So actually, my spiritual journey was not so long, because
No,
after a
but you
while
just
we
got
had-
into this spirit, like Reiki and yoga and things.
Yeah,
Just
Kundalini.
before we met.
Yeah.
Just saved you in time.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, it wasn't me. Yeah, because this spirituality is like sexy and easy to digest, and yeah, it's like it gives reliefs, temporary reliefs. It gives you insights. I think can give you insight, like I have to work on this, or I feel this. I should more focus on this, and that's what I hear a lot of people say. It does give relief, but only a short time, and then you need to go again, and you need to do another retreat for 3 days, and it costs a lot of money. It's very commercialized. It looks all sexy and quick fix, and it's all very individual actually. And there's beautiful music with it, so it looks all really good and alluring, but it doesn't get you anywhere. Is what we discovered.
No.
And that's also especially when you discover true or deep spirituality with Jesus, then okay, this is real stuff. The other one is just a counterfeit, actually. Yeah.
It's more distraction.
It's distraction, and it has a dark side, and people don't know this, but they think yoga and some meditation and some energetic healing. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's a dark side to it, and there's witchcraft. People say, witchcraft is from movies, but it's something that's very real. Go to Africa and look at some what is it? The shamans in there, what they're doing, and it's actually also been commercialized. And you got shamans in Holland. We do ayahuasca, and of course goes a bit deeper, but it's also very popular, and people just do that like it's on a regular weekend. Go do ayahuasca.
In general, we don't know what this guy is going to do with
No, and then when you go into this state of mind, you're actually entering the spirit world. I also did it, and I didn't know then, but you're going into the spirit world, and you're opening the doors for all kinds of demons.
True.
And that's maybe a bit extreme, but even with yoga and meditation and breathing exercise and going into this higher state of mind, you're already going into this realm. And there's, like what I said, there's people you got spirit guides and people talking to dead people and channeling and stuff. It's super popular, and it costs a lot of money, and it's actually very dangerous.
But actually, just to go back, why people want to do that is maybe because there is also a tendency that we are supposed to do everything on our own.
Yeah, so they think, I have to do this myself, and I have to find this. I have to find the new next level,
Yes,
and
something which will give me more.
It's
energy
very egoistic, Well, not egoistic in the sense of you have to do it yourself, And what else about that? And people are looking for something, so it's normal. We're made to have a relationship with our Creator, God, and that's why we're all searching, but we're getting directed the wrong way. And that's why I think we have to make this podcast, because it's important for people to know that there is another way. And then people would say, but Jesus and Christianity, that's not for me, and that's weird, and that's old-fashioned.
But here, it's old-fashioned indeed. But Buddhism is also not so young as a.
No, I mean old-fashioned, like you said, in the church with all the statues and the traditions. So that makes it old-fashioned, but I think that's also we should talk about. That's not how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be in a big building with all kinds of statues and traditions. It's about just being together. It's about community and getting rid of your ego or your selfishness, your jealousy, your greed, your pride, all these things. We can go into that later maybe. Maybe we should finish for now. And but that's what we want to get into. Like this is like real change. Like renewable energy, like durable change for the long term, and not just a quick fix, right?
No, indeed, and we just want to share our experience and involving other people's experience. So and this sexy spirituality, commercialized stuff. It's people just doing something and they create their own ways, and it's very dangerous to go into this spiritual world without any guidance. And there's a book. It's called the Bible. It's a handbook that guides you into this world. It's very safe with this book. Hallelujah. Okay.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Yeah, we're gonna upload every once in a while.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
Yeah.
Hope you like it.
Bye bye.
Bye.